And we back. And we back. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Welcome back to another episode of MKZ The
Gee.
Podcast, man. I'm here with the same gang, y'all boys. I can see uh my energy is a bit low today because for two reasons. One, because we got some company in the building, and two, because it's time to get serious. It's the NBA Finals, y'all boys. It's the NBA Finals. Enough with the smack talk. Enough with the chit chat. It's game time, bro. French, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, feeling great, feeling great.
Feeling great. As y'all can see, he got the Essentials hoodie on. He got bread. Just he's trying to flex for
Rich
the
man,
No.
rich man,
podcast
rich
real
First,
man.
quick. It's all good.
first of all, it was a gift from McKinley, so McKinley got really got the bread.
Oh, shit.
Mm, nigga, am I get that bill?
Gee, his
McKinley with
birthday.
the real
Don't worry,
bread.
Sean. I'm gonna pay you back that $1,000 I borrowed from you.
Wow.
Oh, what they
Oh,
got going on, Key, that we don't know about?
I don't know. It was got money though.
Right.
They getting the benefit from the podcast.
McKinley just
What?
a sweat master, but you ain't hear it from me.
And then on top of that, why y'all ain't throw Key no bread? Because let's not act like Key birthday just passed. Happy birthday to my boy
Oh,
Kyrie. My
thank you,
dog.
thank you, thank you,
Love you,
thank you.
boy.
Appreciate it.
Love you,
Love you
boy.
too, man.
How you feeling, Smack?
Yeah.
Hey.
Mm.
How you feeling today, Smack?
Feeling good. It's just been a quite a long year. So
So that
finally graduated. It's about damn time.
Oh
is
yeah,
Gotta
hold
get back
early.
in
on.
the crib, as we saying.
How I do the
But we getting
reactions?
we getting into it.
Let me do
You
one
go
for
to
you.
the
Let
sound
me do
box.
one for you too.
I got something for that boy.
Oh sugar. Wait, what'd you finna drop, Key? Drop the track.
To
Relatable.
everybody that was hating on you, all the
Yeah.
niggas that was hating on you. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I need
I love it. Key, how you feeling?
I'm cool. I'm cool. My life. I'm chilling right now. Did I do a episode of the crib? I think so, right?
Yeah, I think you have one under your belt since you've been back.
pretty sure.
Maybe one or
Yeah.
two. Yeah.
When you on two? Well, I'm chilling, man. I'm hungry as hell though. So,
I
but
already
it was
know the
cool
vibes.
though.
If y'all couldn't tell, he's faded as
What you said?
hell. But
What?
let's get straight into it. I say you faded, bro. You ain't slick. But let's get
I'm
straight
good.
into it. Let's get straight into it, bro. We got the Boston Celtics against the Dallas Mavericks. First and foremost, can we agree that none of us, including O, predicted this to be the NBA Finals?
Yeah.
I'm just being honest, bro.
Agreeable.
We missed it.
Only
Yeah.
the Celtics.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Yeah.
couple
Maybe.
But
Celtics.
Yeah. Yeah.
the Mavs, big surprise.
Big surprise, bro. Big surprise. We got a great matchup on our hands. We got one that I feel like is going to be one of those finals matchups of the decade for real because we have teams that don't seem like, you know, except Boston, but Dallas, the underdog to Vegas's point, doesn't really seem like a team that should be where they are right now. But the way they have been able to gel together as a team and the way they've been able to function has been something that has been a sight to see. We got two of the greatest guards of our generation, being Luka Doncic and Kyrie, spearheading that monster over there in Dallas. And then we got JT and JB, who, people have saying have kind of not necessarily underwhelmed for the Celtics, because do feel like a lot of the slander they've received has been a bit unwarranted, a bit unfair, because they're still only like in their mid to maybe early late 20s. Like they're
Right.
very, very young players. So, it takes time. LeBron didn't win until what, year eight, year
Yeah. 28
nine?
years old, I think.
Yeah,
Hmm.
LeBron didn't win until a lot later, and we know how we view Bron. So, we gotta give him some grace. But yeah, the matchup is one for the ages. It's starting tomorrow night, Thursday, June 6th. It's gonna tip off of game one. And shit, I'll let Smack open this up. Smack, how you feeling about um the matchup?
Man, I was watching, Pat Bear podcast, and I was watching a little clip, and he was saying like this is gonna be one of the most ISO heavy finals we'll probably ever see, and And I had to agree with him. He right because it's both teams. They rely heavily on attacking mismatches and just using their superior talent, one-on-one talent, and just beating guys and then playing based off that. And that's what we're gonna get a great matchup of. We seen against like arguably one of the best defenses in the league. Luka was just throwing him. There was like not much you could do to stop him, no matter what coverages they threw at him, no matter what defenders they had. He had an answer for all of them. Dominated. Kyrie did his thing, showing himself as one of the best scorers in our generation, one of the best, most skilled guys in our league. So, and then on the other hand, you got the Celtics with the talent of Jason Tatum and Brown. Those two being able to go at you one on one and get any type of buckets from all three levels. And then you have the emergence of Derek White just shooting like he's Steph Curry. Like
I'm still sick of him, bro. I'm
pisses
still
me
sick of
off.
him.
That ball, bitch.
Definitely right there.
And then Drew Holiday just coming alive, especially in that Cleveland series,
Hmm.
and a little bit in the Indiana series. So it's gonna be interesting. Now they get back Porzingis. Me personally, I don't know how much of a factor Porzingis is gonna be, just because
Mm.
like his injury, his calf injury, there's gonna be some fear within him, like just obviously re-aggravating it, and going so hard. So I don't know how effective he is, but obviously, Porzingis is still a great player, can shoot the ball. Hopefully he's still got, his defensive prowess and rim protecting, but hopefully, he's still good, mentally speaking, like on that aspect, and hopefully his body holds up for that series. But, it's gonna be a great one, man. You're gonna see got a lot of one-on-ones. It's gonna be a lot of ones. And like Pat, I was watching a breakdown on YouTube. It was saying like I don't think the Celtics gonna be able to get that many stops on the Mavs when it comes to their ones. So
Yeah, I hear
Man,
you. I feel like this series, you know, for the casual fans that are more so fans of say like free flowing street ball and one esque type basketball. Like you said, this is going to be one of those series. We got such dominant ISO players on both sides of the ball. And I'm really fascinated to see how they're going to work out because it seems as though, at least so far for these playoffs, all four of the names that you mentioned, Kyrie, Luka, JT, and JB, they've all seemed to be, uh, at some point in time throughout the playoffs, unstoppable offensively, whether it's giving them the rock, whether it's surprisingly them being off the ball as well. We've seen JT have to play more of a, integrated role with the offense, being that JB has been balling the way he's been balling. So, you know, it's been a great to see as a basketball fan of, you know, although I don't like the Celtics, although I'm not the biggest Luka Doncic fan in the world. Um, you can't deny that they're not dominant players, and you can't deny that they are the stars of this league, and they're proving it. And it's time for those, these matchups to go face to face. So I want to pose this question to Key real quick. Key, from the perspective of that Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics, one thing I've been seeing a lot, and well, people haven't quite been mentioned as much as I thought they would, but we have a lot of revenge matchups in this NBA Finals. It looks as though it feels as though, at least to me, like it's a revenge tour on both sides. We got Kristaps Porzingis, who has been reported to have his issues with Luka Doncic back when they played together in Dallas. They're matching back up, assuming he comes back healthy and he's the same Kristaps that we've been seeing. And then we have Kyrie, which we know Kyrie for, like, we know, and stomping on that Celtic. So we
Yo,
know we know what
mhm.
we know that there's no love lost between him and the Boston Celtics. So Key, what narrative or whose narrative do you think is more at stake here when we're thinking of the Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks? Be it the rivalries or be it what's bound to happen if, let's say, either side loses. Whatever you think is the most important narrative that could come from this finals.
I think in perspective of the Mavericks, they're good. Like they have nothing to lose on their side because like it's not much people expected them to be there.
Mm,
And even though like Kyrie them they got beef, like people are already like they already like dash weight Kyrie on the side. Like he wasn't even top 75, and a lot of people feel like he should have been. So like people are expecting too much out of Kyrie. People expecting shit out of Luka, but it's not as heavy as the other side. Like, if they was to lose, they'd be like, oh well, LeBron lost his first time, or this guy lost his first time. While the Celtics, it's like we said many podcasts, it's like Celtics and Miami been Eastern Conference Finals, been to the finals. They've been there multiple times, and those it's not the same guys, but a good chunk of those guys are still there, like Tatum and Brown. And it's like if they lose, I said this earlier, if they lose this shit, bro, I don't know, like something not going right, bro. I
It's
don't
gonna
know.
be it's gonna be a bloodbath in the media if Jason Tatum loses another NBA Finals and he
That's what I'm
performs
saying.
in which he did
Okay, yeah.
against Golden State. I'm just putting it out there because they're gonna have a field day with him, bro.
That's a fact. So it's like I feel like Mavs go out there do whatever the hell they want, but the Celtics they definitely got to lock in and really try to get it done because it's really ugly in them meeting wise if they go through that shit.
I hear you. I hear you. To turn it over to French, he did say that it's Dallas Maverick. I mean, it was Boston series to lose, but at the end of the day, it's nothing's really at stake for Dallas.
Mhm.
I want to ask you, although I agree with that point, at what point in this man's career, I know he's still one of the youngest players, one of the young stars of the league, but at what point do we start looking at a guy like Luka Doncic and thinking, okay,
It's
when
time
it's
to win
time?
something.
I know it might not be as heavy this if they were to lose this NBA Finals because, like he said,
Mhm.
his first finals, sometimes you're not expecting. That's why Ant is not getting as much flack as he did for just losing 4-1 to Dallas. I mean, they
Yeah.
were giving him all the credit in the world, but at the end of the day, you can't really say nothing negative because it's his first run in with such a caliber of, competitive play. So,
Mhm.
but Luka, on the other hand, Luka has been to a Western Conference Finals. Luka has been a star since he's touched the league, being that he's been a pro about 6 or 7 years prior. So, at what point do we start looking at Luka like, yo, what's going on if he was to lose the series?
I mean, okay. I can't say that we got to look at him to a point where it's time for him to do something because we got to look at it like this. All right. Brunson, the finals that Brunson was going off in. Well, I think that was Western Conference Finals.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
what? I think a year or two ago,
Yeah.
yeah.
bro. Luca was
Yeah.
hurt, so he couldn't even play. So he couldn't really like step it up or like help the team out in that way. Also, we gotta look at it like this: like the West is tough.
It is.
Like and Luca, it's really just like aside from like Kyrie, joining, PJ, Gafford and stuff like that, Derek Lively, rookie year, amazing rookie year. Um, like we can't put that aside, but Luca's been doing it by himself for real. If
Yeah.
you really think about it, like, but was really like I feel.
Well, I
I
feel
mean, I
like
see
we
your point.
can't. To your point, I feel like we can't. Like I said, I agree. I mean, I agree with you from the perspective of we know the Dallas Mavericks to be the Luka Doncic show for the most part, but I
Yeah.
don't think we can discredit one the additions of PJ Tucker, not PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford, who if they win this NBA Finals, we might be saying that might be the greatest midseason trade of all time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the
Mm-hmm.
greatest because of what they were
Brought
able
both
to
of them from
change for that.
trash teams.
Yes, what they were able to change for that team. But second
Yeah.
off, I feel like we can't really undermine, like to Keith's point about Kyrie, his growth and maturity. I feel as though every time I see him talk now, it seems like a completely different player than who was in
Literally.
Cleveland or who was bouncing around from Boston and Brooklyn and things of that nature. He feels as though he's completely matured as a player and he's brought that veteran leadership that a young team like Dallas may have needed to the team. So I don't know if Luka would be here without him. Skill set aside, I know we could say, of course he won't be there without Kyrie because Kyrie is one of the greatest guards of our
Mm.
generation. But besides that, I feel like his leadership, that addition of being able to calm the guys down, being able to pick his spots, pick and choose when it's his time to take over or let the guys flow, it has been it's been tremendous for this team. It's been a
See.
wonderful addition for them. Wonderful.
And like that's why I ain't gonna lie, like that's why I love that for Kyrie, first of all.
Hmm.
Because I feel like Kyrie found like a team where when he says something, they're actually gonna listen.
Yes.
Because if you look at it, when he was on the Celtics, you feel me? It's Tatum, light skinned shit, Brown and boys. They all right. They hear Kyrie. I could already tell how the locker room was going. You feel me?
Yep.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's why Kyrie kind of wanted to go at the same time, because like obviously he's an older guy in the locker room and stuff, and I'm pretty sure they were having problems. Whatever. Like I don't want to like throw anything in the air like that, but I'm pretty sure that's what was going on. So that's why had to get up out of there, front office and stuff like that. But I feel like this team, like he has a big say in the team because first of all, it's a bunch of young guys.
Yep.
Like, and most of these young guys are the ones that was watching him as they were kids or like
Yep.
younger. So it's like, wow, I'm playing under Kyrie. Like, let me take away from his game. You feel me? Let me pick and choose what I want to add to my bag and stuff like that, or like take little points. Even off the court. You feel me? I know off the court, Kyrie still be talking to them and stuff like that, and like being that leader.
Mhm.
So I
That
feel
is very
like Dallas really needed Kyrie. You feel
So
me? Because at the
is
same time, it's not like he's like a no disrespect. You feel me? UD, we love you, bro. We love you, but Kyrie could back up what he's saying. Like UD could back up what he says. You feel me? He got years under his belt. I ain't gonna put that against him. But you feel me? Like we're seeing what Kyrie does, and like he's really like one of the best guards to play this game. You feel me? Like hands down.
He
So
is. He is. He is. And like you said, that addition to the locker room is something that cannot be overstated because they were watching him as younger players. They were watching him when they were in college, high school,
mhm.
even for some of these guys, which is crazy to say because like, and it just shows you how old we're. If it seems like we're getting, I know we're young, we're mad young, but it seems like we're getting older because we remember rookie Kyrie and Brandon Knight going at it. Like,
Brandon Knight going that in the rookies,
yeah,
this rookie
what?
challenge. I was
Yeah,
like,
like that feels like so
oh
long
my
ago in
gosh.
relation to how they view him now and how he's viewed as a player today. But
Mhm.
I wanna ask y'all this because I've been, this is kind of a take I've kind of come up with, and I've been discussing with one of my homies at work. I hate to say this, and I hate that this will be the case, but and we're about to transition to this segment in a second, but I feel as though McKenzie, listen to me close. It's unfortunate to say, but if Kyrie Irving wins another ring, I know what's going to happen in the NBA world and the NBA fan base. I feel as though he's going to get elevated to a stature in which is ahead of some guys that we probably would be shocked to hear. The one example I made was I know if Kyrie gets a second ring, there's going to be people out there, if the conversation was to come about, saying that he's a better player all time than Dwayne Wade or players of that nature. I know it's going to happen, especially in today's media. I feel like I know it's going to happen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but do y'all like, I don't agree with that type of sentiment, but I feel like I know that if Kyrie gets another one under his belt, free of LeBron James, free of the Cavs and overcoming of all the adversity that he went through, during COVID and the whole Black Lives Matter movement and everything that was going on. Him winning another ring, it's gonna be people out. There's gonna be bots out there talking about he's already higher than some of these guys like you know D Wade. Um, who's some other names I can name that we consider highly, but you know,
Iverson.
yeah. See, guys like that, he's gonna be
Yeah,
there. He's gonna jump him. Do y'all guys? I don't. Do y'all agree with that take?
the big
Um, at least I feel like for D Wade case, I feel like it's probably gonna be like a very small field because people are gonna go back and say, well, D Wade at '06, like he was pretty much the guy on his team and pretty much carried the Heat to the finals, even though they had Shaq, but like he was really like, the finals MVP and everything. So I feel like with that ring right there, it kind of like sits aside and like kind of gives like, that NBA discourse, like, okay, D Wade kind of led that team. It was kind of the man of that team. So Kyrie wasn't the man on this team. He was more like the Batman.
Mm.
So like, yeah, you could compare like this ring and like his first ring with Cleveland would be like comparable to like, yeah, D Wade's last two rings. But like since obviously he's gonna need another one to kind of really reach there. with D
Mm.
Wade, but I feel like D Wade would be safe from that conversation. At least like most folks would be like, oh yeah, D Wade got three, Kyrie only got two, and then D Wade at least has one Finals MVP. Kyrie, most likely, if the Mavs do win this series, it'll most likely go to Luka. So I feel like it'll at least keep D Wade safe for people like ringless guys like Allen Iverson, McGrady, Carmelo, and them boys. I mean, I guess Carmelo because he's longevity wise, he's probably going. They're not going to really talk about much, but I mean, the guys will be like them. I mean, I feel like the conversation will be said just because like two rings and being one of the most skilled guards ever.
So
So
you brought up a very interesting name, and I wasn't even thinking along the lines of AI. But
Gee.
hey, there might be a if he wins ring number two, it might be a conversation to be had. Who y'all got? AI or
I
Kyrie?
think so. Yeah.
Who y'all got?
I mean, honestly, I like Kyrie over AI. Honestly.
Oh,
Definitely.
so
AI got MVP, bro. He
you
carries
said
team
okay. Wait,
Lakers.
hold on, Keith, because Keith's bringing up very valid points. French said definitely.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
I wanna hear. Let me sit back and let me hear what y'all got to say about
Man,
this
Kyrie got a ring, man.
matchup.
So
Kyrie got a ring, man. Plus, if we're being real, nah, I don't
Oh,
even
good
know.
French. Well, go ahead and say it, but you know you want to say it, but and I'm thinking it too, French. Go ahead.
Nah, but Kelly, go ahead. Say what you go.
yeah,
I, I know what you gonna say. So say what you gonna say. Go
kind of
ahead.
crazy. It's kind of crazy.
But in my opinion, and I believe Sean, we both on the same page. But Kyrie's just a better scorer than AI, man. It's just
Bro, yes,
he's
bro. I'm
at
sorry.
all three levels.
Yes.
He's just more efficient. You can argue his handle is better. Their handles are always comparably compared, so you could argue his handles is better. He's a better shooter. He's more efficient. You could really argue he has more of a bag. Like people like to say out here, bag work and all that. But like if you just look at the numbers, like yes, AI MVP average 30. Kyrie hasn't done that. But if you look at like the situation, Kyrie's has been, and I get it. Like yeah, like
Bro.
during like his kind of like few year stint with the Cavs early on, like you could be like, oh, why ain't Kyrie like you could have averaged 30. You should have been doing this. It's like circumstantial. Young guy in the league, averaging establishing stuff around that MVP year, and then when you get Braun added to that Cleveland team during Kyrie's prime, it's hard for him to be the guy on his team. And then you go to the Celtics, which you have other great scorers on that team, so it's kind of hard,
Still
especially
killing.
with a guy like Brad Stevens, who's like a guy of like ball movement and stuff. You know, like it's gonna be hard for him to get that that MVP caliber type season. Those type of numbers, and then we know what happened in Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland, Brooklyn, and
Brooklyn.
then obviously now with the Mavs. So I mean, it's Kyrie. He's just me better.
Before
Like,
you take
bro,
off, Key, I just want to say, well, let me let French go. But I just want to comment real quick. Key, your face and his whole spiel was killing me, bro. You are absolutely hilarious, and I can't wait to hear you take off. Go French.
first of all, look, man, Kyrie go to practice. That's one thing I can say.
No, here
Kyrie go
we
to
go.
practice,
Here we go.
and it's paying off. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I can't get with that
Kyrie,
take. I can't get with that take, bro.
bro, Kyrie was killing on every team he went to, bro. Cleveland killing. What other teams he went? Celtics, he was killing. Brooklyn,
Hmm.
he was killing. Mavs,
The Mavs.
he's killing. Like, bro, and like, think about it. But then again, Kyrie, he usually always made the playoffs. I feel like the only playoffs he didn't go to was with Brooklyn, he was in they was in the playoffs too.
He was getting
Yeah.
smacked in Cleveland before Braun got there.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So it's like
Like
early,
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
But I feel like Kyrie just has a better level of scoring though. That's just in my opinion. You feel me? I watch AI's clips. You feel me? I watch his film. But like that hezzy cross, I'm cooking that. I'm just being real. But he got Jordan with it. You feel me? Niggas say Jordan the GOAT. All that bullshit. But you know,
He-
Kyrie, bro, I'm sorry, bro. I'm taking Kyrie over AI, bro. Like, you might actually see the ball if Kyrie is on your team.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that
Facts.
boy.
I
No,
bet.
Fact.
take off, Key.
Like, go ahead, Key. Go ahead, Key. Let me sit back. Let me.
Y'all
What,
niggas,
Handle
y'all
this
niggas
stuff
showing
how we
your
know
age, bro. Y'all niggas showing your age for sure.
bro,
Kyrie has
what,
never
bro?
been in a situation as Allen Iverson. You have the best defender on you, double team and everything, and you still cooking niggas at 6 foot without a 3-point line being relevant. He's a 4-time scoring champ. Better scorer. 4-time scoring champ with Kobe and them in the league. It's crazy. Kyrie Irving has been a sidekick his whole life. Kyrie Irving is Kevin Durant. He's a Kevin Durant of guards. I love Kyrie, but y'all making me disrespect Kyrie. Like he's never been. He's not on that level. And he's not on Dwayne Wade level. I'm sorry, that was kind of crazy. Dwayne Wade is like the fucking that old head at the fucking prison that no one fuck with because they know what he did. No one ever in our era of basketball since Wade has done what Dwayne Wade has done. Never. Yeah, Shaq. He had an old ass Shaq that was bending up the court. He was averaging 18 because he was just still big. Like, yeah, old ass. Yeah, Gary Payne, Jason Williams, Zoe. Like, them niggas old as shit. Like, Dwayne Wade's, like, he's certified. Like, the person you could probably bring on is James Harden. And, like, see, yeah, I actually bring up James Harden. Who's better, James Harden than Kyrie? Like, he's different, bro.
Kyrie.
Yeah, he's fried.
I have to.
I take Harden over AI.
I love the. What?
I'm taking Harden over
Yeah.
Kyrie.
Say again. Say again,
Wait,
McKinley.
wait.
Say again, McKinley. Hold on. Say again, McKinley.
That prime Harden from that 2017 to 2019, that
Harden over
prime,
Kyrie.
that's better than AI.
Kyrie
That
has
prime
never
right
done anything like that. No.
No, Key. You're missing. He's not talking about better than Kyrie. He's talking about better than who? Say it again, Smack.
Harden
Yeah,
better than AI.
crazy.
He said
That's
Harden better. He
crazy.
said Harden better than AI.
You talking about prime Harden though? That Harden that was
Yeah,
averaging like
prime.
34, 35.
Them niggas,
That
I
Harden.
mean, I give Harden a little break but he still had the team do it. He still folded. It's like I'm not giving a nigga a break. None of the niggas went to the finals. None of the niggas went to the finals, and they had better teams than AI. And Harden had a chance. And he fucking shit that leg. He shit down his leg.
Kyrie got
Multiple,
three.
multiple times. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
LeBron James, the greatest player of all time. LeBron hit a chase down block on Iggy Dollar.
Okay, but Kyrie didn't come down and hit that three, right?
If AI had someone like LeBron James on his fucking team, you know what he would do? There would be no Kobe and Shaq ever.
Okay,
Oh.
now, so the Mavericks win tonight. The Mavericks win this series. What we gonna say?
Kyrie's a great player, a great sidekick his whole career. A sidekick.
Hey,
He's a sidekick. AI was for like had a whole prime of him carrying his team, having the best defenders, double teaming everything, and he still was cooking at 6
So-
foot.
so when Kyrie
Kyrie
was
doing the same
by himself on the
thing.
Cleveland, he wasn't killing. He wasn't killing.
Not
He's
AI
a young
level.
guy.
Not
He's a young guy in the
level.
league.
Not AI level.
Bro,
Not-
when AI was young, he was doing the same stuff as Kyrie.
No. AI, you said 3 years. You can look at AI stats 3 years in the league. He still never peaked like AI. He still never peaked. He never peaked like AI. He never had an MVP season. Never.
Because all the teams he had, like
He had a star with him, bro. He had a star with him.
We did the Celtics. Celtics had Ricky Tatum. Shut up. And then on the Nets, that's his fault.
He was averaging
Okay,
20
hold on.
And he went to the
We
Dallas.
can't-
That's his fault.
We can't discredit the MVP though. That MVP season, I feel like he is right from the perspective of
It's
showing.
Kobe.
We're
It's
showing.
Shaq and Kobe.
He
I'm
won
not.
an MVP
Shaq.
with Shaq, Kobe, Tim
Tim
Duncan.
Duncan.
Who else was in the league?
Bro,
What?
all them, Dirk, KG,
It was some
Steve
dogs
Nash.
in the league now, and for AI to win the MVP,
I mean,
we
you could
cannot
low-key
discredit
argue
that.
because
What
let me say, you could low-key argue that they gave him MVP because of the influential impact he had over the culture of the
He
NBA.
averaged
You could
30,
argue
bro.
that
He
that
averaged
kind of
damn near
side
30.
too.
He won it, bro. He was still there too. He won every award that year. All
I'm
NBA,
just
All
saying.
Star, All NBA, All Star, scoring champ, and he was still leader.
What are you talking about? Because
So okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me ask this, Key. This one for you, okay? But y'all can rebuttal. So if AI and Jordan, like, because you say Kyrie and LeBron, I'm just saying the best player from that era. All right. So if AI and Jordan teamed up, AI wouldn't be number 2 or number 1.
He clearly be
Answer the
number two.
question. Don't say nothing else, Key. Don't say nothing else. Answer the question. I already know what you're gonna do. Answer the question, bro.
Are you really comparing
1 or 2, bro. Answer the
Are
question.
you really
1 or 2.
comparing a
Answer
player
the
to
question.
GOATs?
1 or 2, bro.
Are you comparing players to the GOATs?
You just said that. Okay,
Yes,
KD,
obviously,
KD. Obviously, he's gonna be number one over Kyrie.
what about when he went to the Celtics? He's number one player there.
Who? But,
Kyrie.
but I ain't gonna lie, they was going to Tatum a lot.
Shut up.
It's getting spicy.
That's come on, bro. Come
It's
on, bro.
getting spicy.
I'm just I all I,
Kyrie
but
was
Key, you're not gonna answer
cooking
the
for the
question.
Celtics.
You're not gonna answer the question.
Obviously,
So what are we
but
talking about?
he left on his choice.
I think we do. I think we do. I think we do. I think we do have to recognize. I think we do have to recognize the significance of AI being the number one until AI got to the later years in his career. Even in Denver, he was killing those first one or two years in Denver. But we have to be realistic about the fact that Kyrie has never, except when Brooklyn was KD and James Harden list from time to time. I don't think we can say we've ever viewed Kyrie as having to shoulder that burden of being the number one guy on his team. And we can say that AI has been the number one guy on his team. Granted, his teams were trash, but he was the number one guy on his team for the bulk of his career. And he showed out in that position. Because we got to realize when you're the number one guy, to your point, French, it's not the same as being the number two. Like, let's be real, because you can be a number one somewhere. You can be a number one somewhere. You have to be realizing of the fact that now coaches are game planning for you, teams are scheming for you, defenses are throwing doubles at you, defenses are centering their whole entire attack around you being the number one guy. So it's a different ball game. It's like with the NFL. If you're the number one receiver on your team, we've seen plenty of guys be number twos on their team, go stupid, get a big contract elsewhere, and they never produce to that same caliber because now they're expected to be the number one on that team. So for AI, all granted, Kyrie has never had to necessarily be the number one except for his early years in Cleveland, and he should have been that with Boston. Let's be real. He should have. I understand you're saying he's going to Tatum and all, but Tatum and JB were rookies in the league. Rookies, second year guys. He should still be head and shoulders the number one guy. It didn't, unfortunately, it didn't work out over there. But he never had to shoulder that burden. He didn't have to do it with Braun. He didn't have to do it with Brooklyn, and he's not having to do it right now with Dallas. That's a whole different ballpark. I'm not saying he still wouldn't kill, and it is kind of right. It is kind of an unfortunate, and unfair assessment to make because y'all can easily say, well, we've never seen Kyrie to your point, we've never seen Kyrie as a number one, so we don't know what he would do as a number one. And in the brief time we've seen him as a number one, like you said, he was still killing. But his teams were not, that wasn't transitioning to wins. That wasn't transitioning to an NBA Finals in a league that people get recency bias so much to the fact that we're starting to discredit even like the early 2000s, et cetera, et cetera. That league was still full of dogs. Yes, scoring was under what it is now. It's a different type of basketball than it is now. You just got to be realistic. So when you're looking at somebody, Shea averaged 30 this year. So let me ask you a question. So do you view Shea's season this year better than AI's MVP season? Being that AI stats were, granted, he was close to 30, but he didn't average the assists that Shea had. He didn't, I'm sure he did. He wasn't getting the rebounds that Shea had this season. Do you view the elevated stats of Shea better than the MVP season of a guy like AI? AI led the league in steals. He did. He did. He did. He might not have been the on the ball defender that Shea is, but oh, Shea did average a lot of steals this year though. But I think his point. I think his point is that everybody low key gets killed in today's NBA. It's what he averaged in MVP season. Let me look at his MVP numbers. That's hey, the efficiency is a good point though. Okay, okay. Let's. I love the argument, but we have to segue. We still have a lot to talk about. This was a very very beautiful discussion. I'm glad we could get that one in this episode for some clips and things of that nature. But let's give credit where credit is due. They're both phenomenal players. AI is widely regarded as a top three shooting guard this league has ever seen. Kyrie was just on record with LeBron James stating that he is the most gifted player we've ever seen. Whatever you will choose to believe about either of those takes, they're coming from credible, valid sources. No one can ever question LeBron James' IQ and his, understanding of the game of basketball. So for him to deem that title upon you is something that actually means something bigger than just being a teammate or something of that nature, or just him trying to tamper or anything like that. No, it's bigger than that. And AI, you know, I still got him number four in the all-time shoot two guard discussion. But I mean, I've seen plenty takes of people saying that he's better than Dwayne Wade and he should be at that third spot. So they're both phenomenal. They're both phenomenal. I don't agree with that take, but they're both phenomenal. Me neither. But they're both phenomenal. They're both phenomenal players. But I really wanted to just bring up that discussion to segue to what has been the talk of the media world recently, being that folks are saying, are the Dallas Mavericks the best backcourt in NBA history? And I instantly, when I first heard it, I said, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense. But then when I take a second to look back and think on it, how many elite there's been plenty of very good backcourts. But I consider Luka and Kyrie, just off of their skill set and what they can produce on the court, I view them as an elite backcourt. How many elite backcourts can you really put in front of them? You can put, and this off the top of my head, I think the only elite I'm talking about point guard, shooting guard. Like, I'm talking about your backcourt. I'm not talking about, no forward guard matchup combos. I ain't talking about nothing like that. I'm talking about your point guard and shooting guard. That's when I started to hone in on that aspect of it, because essentially that is what a backcourt is. You start thinking about all time backcourts, and a lot of these names that I'm about to name. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's have fun this episode. I'm gonna name all time backcourts. Y'all tell me yes if Kyrie. No, I'll name a backcourt. Say no if they are not better than Kyrie and Luka as a backcourt. Say yes if they are. Because I'm really about to show y'all that there is not that many elite backcourts that you can point at or at least put in front of them. I know a lot of this is recency bias. They just made the finals, etc., etc. But let's be real about things. I'll start off with the one that I think is most glaringly a yes, being that I think they're better than this too. Stephen Clay. Stephen Clay. French thinking. French over there. French over there thinking. Okay, respect. Okay, respectable. So Splash Brothers, we say yes. Now let's start thinking about the other backcourts. Let's go Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. They do have accolades. He's trying to. He's balancing. He's balancing the accolades with the skill set. I think he's trying to do. But we have to be realistic about the fact that we grew up in this era, and we are. I feel like we're always. I know we know about the bad boys, but we wasn't our age watching the bad boys play, watching that basketball. So I feel like inevitably, like innately, we're gonna think that it might have been a step down than what we think when in reality it could have been. Matter of fact, case in point, folks are saying I saw somebody say that Luka Doncic is the best guard coming off the pick and roll in NBA history, and I think that's an absolutely blasphemous take. Because are we not gonna sit here and give props to the people that essentially created the pick and roll in John Stockton and Karl Malone? One being the Chris Paul and what he was doing with Lob City and what he's been doing his whole career. Steve Nash coming off the pick and roll. Jason Kidd. I can respect that take. I can respect that take. I can respect it because you are right in the sense that his scoring output does have to be taken into account when coming off the pick and roll because of how unguardable he seems to be, regardless of his athleticism, regardless of what it seemed. What we're looking at, it doesn't seem to be the craziest, but we're seeing a guy lead the playoffs in triple doubles right now. We're seeing a guy put up 30 points consistently. Even him dropping 28 will say is a bad game for Luka, which is crazy to say because it doesn't seem like a player like that dropping 28 points should be considered a bad game. Yeah, a 28-point triple double at that considered a an game for a guy like that. So go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. I may be I'm oh yeah. You know how I'm rocking with that sort of move. Listen, I may be biased, but I really do think that '06 ring is one of the greatest rings of NBA in NBA history. And not even just a ring as a team is concerned. I'm talking about a ring of meaning like the greatest playoff performances we have ever seen. We're talking about a second or third year or second year. We're talking about a third year Dwayne Wade with a three-time NBA championship and a good champion in Shaquille O'Neal on his team, which I'm sure folks would think he would be the dominant player. Like he has already mentioned, he wasn't the same player that he was in the Lakers. But at the end of the day, you have that type of name on your team. You are essentially not a nobody, but you're not nobody viewing it's nobody viewing you as quick case in point. Ant's playoff run this season. Yes, we gave Ant his respects. I'll speak on myself personally, and y'all can agree with me or disagree with me. We wasn't talking about Ant being the face of the league before these playoffs. He wasn't even was he in the discussion for best young player in the league? Everybody was saying guys like Ja, Jason Tatum, Luka. Now you got AE up in the conversation. And that's a whole nother discussion. I think I could go off on a tangent on Ja. Because the way people have forgotten about Ja Morant is insane to me because did we not see what he did in those 3 or 4 games he came back this season? He is Everybody took his under. He smacked it by like 20 something. He's still John Morant. Like let's pipe down when it comes to saying John is not up there when it comes to best young players in the league. So I've seen a mix of him recently. Bro, he might have the craziest dunking mix from a guard standpoint I have ever seen. Even better than Derrick Rose or like prime Derrick Rose or prime Russell Westbrook. I'm just being honest. He's skinny, which makes it look better, but smack. He's jumping out the gym for these dunks. Like we're not talking about dunks that are like him taking off, bro. I'm just saying some of his and maybe this is again recency bias, but from what I have seen, I was literally watching this little TikTok video. Dog, the dunks he was trying, he shouldn't be attempting those dunks. You have to have a certain level of confidence in your bounce and have the bounce to be able to jump out of the gym like that. Like, let's be Westbrook's was more more ferocious, more aggressive, but he wasn't jumping. Jaws at the middle of the backboard, I feel like every time he's jumping in the air. I saw him catch a lob with the left over a defender. And I'm off. Yeah, you're right, off too. I'm looking at this. I said, "What did I just see?" When y'all, I know y'all remember this year when he snatched the Lakers layup off the glass like this and brought it. Man, he is different. So we can. Nah, hold on. We ain't finna let you get away with that. You just threw that in there because that's your homie. He got bounced though. He do got bounced. He do got bounced. Let me not. Let me not. He do got bounced. No, that is ridiculous though. I do agree. That is ridiculous. What the? Yeah. But back to the backcourt discussion, real quick, so we can get back on topic just as far as the finals is concerned. I mean, what other backcourts can y'all name? The rest of them ones that I'm thinking of are like way early in the day. I mean, I'm thinking of like a Jerry West and Gail. No, 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 no. Is it Gail? Yeah, Gail Goodrich. You see? Yeah. See, they're better than them. Kyrie and Luka are better than them, I think. Bro. You think that's one of the most underwhelming? You think that's one of the most underwhelming rings of the 2000s, Keith? That's what elevates them because they did beat the Lakers. They did beat the Lakers. That boy Rich was a problem. Let's not forget, Rich was a demon. Rich? Yes. What? Tayshawn? Tayshawn, Chauncey, Ben Wallace. My bad, Keith. I mean, what? Go ahead. Yeah, that didn't last long. Yeah, he started falling off at that point. They should have made it to the finals though, let's be real. They should have made it to the finals. Who was you about to bring up, Smack? Oh, hold on, bro. Uh, I mean, I may say Luka and Kyrie are better than them, but I even forgot about them as that's a crazy duo. I might not put them over them. I'm gonna be honest. Jason Kidd and Vince Carter? You saying yes, French? You got Luka and Kyrie over them. We talking about a Vince Carter. Oh, not to cut you off. We're talking about a Vince Carter that was averaging close to 30. Like people forget about VC back in the day. I guess they're interchangeable. He waited on somebody to agree. I don't know. I don't know. He is. But I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's as clear as it seems, bruh. Plus this, plus some. Defender too. Yeah. Mhm. Hey, I gotta hold on. I just thought about a good one. I I can't remember if this is before he pre-injury or post-injury though. I don't remember how dynamic this duo was. But one that just came to mind, what's the Steve Nash and Grant Hill up there in Phoenix? You said who's who's running the two? Oh, okay. I don't know. I kind of view. That's true. That's true. Okay. I don't know. I was kind of seeing Grant as like a 2-3. Like I don't know. Kind of like JT and JB kind of type of thing. Nah. When was that? When was that? Nah. No, you're talking about the early years. Yeah. But you see how difficult it is though? So we cannot just die. We can't like okay, I got Terry. See, Clyde Drexler's a very underrated player because he played in the Jordan era. But Terry Stotts, he was nice too, though. Well, didn't he make a couple All Star teams? Uh, Folks don't even know who that is. Terry Porter. Terry Porter. Ah, I mean, it's difficult, bro. Rondo, and Ray Allen. Nah, Jalen Rose was a three. Nah. Mm, mm. Mark was nice though. One episode for sure, for sure. But it is a difficult discussion. So like, do y'all agree with them being the greatest backcourt ever? I think it's the accolades. I think it's the accolades. They don't have the accolades yet, bro. What about Magic and Mag- Magic Mike Coop and he had somebody else with him, didn't he? Byron Scott. Nick Van Exel was a dog. Well, it was later though. That was later. You was just hyping them up. You was just hyping them up. Now you say. I think they played 1 year together, didn't they? They never did. He was fried. Was Tim Hardaway and Dwayne Wade? Was Tim Hardaway too far past his prime? Okay. On what team? Yeah, he was. That's why I brought him up. Wait, what's Tim Hardaway? Tim Hardaway was on? He might have been on that team. We might be tweaking. He was on the very early Heat. I don't know if he made it all the way to that finals year. He was on like the '90s Heat teams, I think. Uh huh. Tim Hardaway was on. McKinley. I thought you said he wasn't on the team. Oh, Penny and Tracy. If they did, Key might be right. It might have been way past Penny Prime. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, all right, let's get back to it though. Okay, so let's end off with here. We're about an hour into the episode. It's been a good one. I've loved the argument. Yeah, bro, time fly. This is a good one. We're about an hour in right now. 58 minutes, 59. Let's end. We didn't talk too enough about Boston. Let's end with Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown versus Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna just keep it simple. Who y'all got? Oh, McKinley ain't wasting no time with that take. Mavs in six. Keys saying Luca Magic. No. Got the season 7. Hey man, it's a tough one, bro. I think it's a very tough one though. Like if I'm just putting biases aside, I want Dallas to win, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But bro, Boston has been head and shoulders above the league all year, and I think we might be kind of underwhelmed because of their Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, their Eastern Conference run not being as impressive as we think it should have been. Granted, a lot of that wasn't their fault, being that they were playing against teams dealing with multiple injuries and things of that nature. But the Celtics have been the betting favorites since the beginning of the season. They're the only team to win 60 plus games. Like smack. But we got to look at their team though. Yeah, him and KP, they might be the X factors of this series. Because if Kristaps come out like the Kristaps that came out game 1 of the season, I still remember watching that game. But he dropped 30 on the Knicks in the Garden. If they get that Kristaps, what you thinking, Smack? Yeah, if Tatum goes out to this NBA Finals tomorrow and puts on a legacy defining performance in these NBA Finals, I no, you good. I was going to say the same thing. Exactly what you're saying. Mm, yeah. Yes. That's a stamp. That's a stamping performance if he was to do that. Insane. It's gonna be insane. Taking notes on to add to the game. What? I'm telling you, bro. I already took notes from Kyrie. I be hooping at during my lunch breaks at work. I was in the gym. I'm finna paint the picture for y'all boys. Y'all peep this. So boom, I'm here. Look, I still got the work pants on and all. I'm here. I'm here. Peep this. I'm about to show y'all 2 moves. One move I did. Buddy, I'm on the left wing. Buddy swing it to me from the top of the key. My defender kind of tried to jump it, and he missed the jump, but he don't get completely out of position. So he still has time to recover. So he coming back into the play. I catch, I rip, and now I step in like I'm finna charge to the rim, which is what he's thinking. I I hit him with one of these, throw it out, ha ha, 2 step back, 3 ball, smack, 3 ball, smack. I I rip. I said, "Come here, back this way." Knockdown, Kyrie. Then the second move, come off the screen. I'm coming off the wing here. Boom. I push off the wing. Now, okay, my defenders. He got hit by the screen. He behind me now. I got 2 defenders stepping up, trying to defend me now. I come here. I kind of throw it out a little bit. So I bounce it like that, let it bounce. The defenders are trying to reach, thinking I've lost the ball, when in reality, I was slowing down the pace. I'm trying to get them to bite. And French, you know what I did? Quick power dribble spin move. Oh. I spun. What? Man. It's coming. It's coming. And I appreciate bless. I didn't want to spin move. Bless. Bless. Hey man, Buddy Reeks. I was like, oh yeah, I got him where I want him. Power, power dribble. Come here, spin move, and I had a runner off the glass. I was feeling myself. Wow, what? I was feeling myself, boy. Hey, listen, man. So, like you said, the offensive prowess is there, and it's going to be for all the real basketball enthusiasts. I want to add something to y'all bag. Sit, I kid like French just detailed. Sit your butt on that couch, in front of that TV. Get you a. I don't got no paper around me, so I'll use this little folder. Get you a paper and pen. Real talk. Get you a paper and pen and oh, okay. So Kyrie, so Kyrie, so what Kyrie did? So Kyrie, so Kyrie drove. Hold on, Pete. Hold on, Pete. So Kyrie drove baseline. He seen the second defender coming. He hit the euro going inside this time, so he left foot start the euro, come back to the right, went up as if he's finishing on this side of the basket. Seen Derek Lively coming over to try to block the shot, and he reverses to the other. How in the? I'm a right. How in the one? How in the world? You feel me? You gotta take notes with this. We gotta take notes with these. Man, listen, it's real life. Like it's real life, bro. But man, we an hour and six in, man. Let's get these folks out of here, man. I know they want to see us talk forever, but it's another one in the books. We are trying to. Okay, this what I'll say. How many days between each game of the finals? It's either two or three. I will try. MKZ promises to get out at least 3 episodes for these finals. Can we say that's fair? Y'all say yeah, but then when it's time to film, it would be folding, and then folks be getting mad at us because we ain't dropping. Okay, real, 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 real. We're here. We're here. Hey, you're not lying. You're not lying. I mean, our last upload was a double upload, so they got to be satisfied at least for the time being. But yeah, so at least three from us in these finals. Talking about what the happenings of the finals. We can't wait for the series. We're looking forward to a great series, man. Boston Celtics, Dallas Mavericks. I hate the Celtics, and I low-key hate the Mavericks for beating the Heat in 2011. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We're here now. Any last remarks before we get out of here, fellas? Anybody but Boston? Oh, hey, when you get in front of what's her name again? Where you? But what? No, was it Malika? Or was it the other Taylor? Yeah, Taylor Rooks. Taylor Rooks, bro. When they get in front of Taylor Rooks, they get to saying anything, boy. They get to chatting, boy. He talk. Hey, you are right. He has 1 year with 5 rings. Let's see if he pulls it off. The nigga was like, yeah, yeah. You see it. You see it. Oh, you're lying. Ah. Hey, man. Let's end it off on that, man. MKZ. This might be what episode is this? I think we're nearing 30, y'all boys. So we moving up. Moving on up. Hey, perfect timing. Perfect timing. We've been doing it for a year and some change now. French has been on board for months now, so it's been a pleasure to go along this journey with y'all boys and to the ones that's watching here at these beginning times. That's the thing that keeps me grounded because I understand, especially dealing with YouTube and social media in itself. You got to realize a lot of Mr. Beast, for example, he's arguably the biggest YouTuber in the world, right? Apparently, he's been making videos. He's like 20, what, 26? Yeah, he's low key young. I think he's like around that age. He's been making, nah, he's not that old. He's been making videos though since he's been like 14, 15. So, yeah, yeah. So you got to understand it's a process and, you know, manifestation is real, and I ain't trying to be working a 9 to 5 all my life. So I would love for this to turn out the way I see it turning out, and then we parlay this into other things. So it's been a blessing to come and bring y'all episodes every other week throughout these months, whatever the case may be. And I couldn't ask for a better group to do it with. So appreciate my guys, my gang, my brothers, bro. So with that, NBA Finals tomorrow. We gonna be tuned in just like y'all gonna be tuned in. So that's a wrap, y'all. MK, MKZ. He claimed o- oxygen. If you know, you know. MKZ out of here, man.